Hi, this is Susan from the Quiet Zone Coaching. Today is Friday, April 3rd already. April 3rd. Yeah, I can't believe it's April 3rd already. The time is just flying. Welcome to my coronavirus isolation journal. I'm giving everybody, when I post my entries, different tips and strategies on how to get through things that I'm using to get through. And hopefully, this is beneficial to you guys too. Today, I've had a request to talk about staying motivated and staying in the office mode when you're working from home. I know sometimes it's really easy to get distracted when you're working from home, things going on around you, family members home who normally aren't home. So I've got a couple of tips. These are the things that I do to try to stay focused when I'm working at home, which is most of the time. First of all, one of the most important things that you can do is to, if you possibly can, have an area set aside that is exclusively for work. Okay. So working at the kitchen table or working on your bed with your laptop in front of you may seem fun and comfy and whatever, but it's not conducive to being in a work mindset. Okay. If you want to keep your brain focused on this is a work day, you need to have a place to go where you can now switch off and say, okay, I'm at work now. Okay. That is separate from your home environment. Okay. If at all possible. I know not everybody can, but if you can, that's awesome. Another thing that you can do is to get dressed as though you're going to work. So I'm not sitting here in my jammies. I actually have my clothes on. I've got my coronavirus scarf so that if I go outside, I can do that, and I don't have to put a mask on. But make a point of getting up, getting dressed. Do not work in your jammies. Do not work in your sweatpants. Dress as though you were going to the office. Put your makeup on, do your hair, whatever it is that you do when you go to work. That's what you should do. Go into your space that you've set aside to be your workspace and start your day. Start your day at the same time as you would as if you were going into the office. Okay. I know it seems like it's fun not to, but it's not productive to do that. Now, if you want to have a casual Friday, whatever you would do at the office, do at home. So today it's casual Friday for me. I'm not dressed the way that I normally would be dressed for work, but that's my casual Friday. So you can do the same thing. Whatever you would normally do at work, do it at home. Also, keep your day scheduled the same way that you would if you were in the office. Okay. Um, and I've shown you guys several times my appointment book. This is, I keep it very detailed. Appointments. I have tasks and appointments. This is not this week. That's more busy week. But you can see that I keep my schedule and I have it written down. It's a handwritten, handmade calendar book. I made this myself. I don't do it online or on my phone or anything like that, and there's a reason. I also have an online calendar for my clients, but I keep this one on the side as well because now I can write down and cross off minute tasks. Okay. So, okay. So in this book, what I've done, now you don't have to do this, but on the top, these are all of my appointments for the day. Okay. And I do have some time blocking going on there, which we'll talk about in a minute. And on the bottom, I write down tasks that have to be done on those days. And some of those tasks are scoop the cat box, uh, work on your book, because I'm writing another book about happiness. Um, Call the vet to make appointments for the dogs. Um, okay, something else that I wanted to add into what I call cheat sheets for my clients. So I write all that stuff down, and when I finish them, I cross them off because that gives me a sense of accomplishment. I have finished this task. It does something in your brain. This is actually a neural pathway in your brain that gets made. It reinforces the information of whatever it is that you were doing, or accomplishment. I finished a task. I am in work mode. Okay. And I had just mentioned time blocking. What I do is I block out time for lunch. I block out time for unexpected requests. Sometimes I'll have somebody want a discovery call in the middle of the day that's unexpected. So I try to leave time open for those things. That's the flexibility mode. Okay. You can block out time and schedule yourself. Well, from 9 to 10, I'm going to do this. And from 10 to 11, I'm going to do this. And from 11 to 12, I'm going to do that. That's fine. There is nothing wrong with that. However, that leaves no room for the monkey wrench thrown into the works factor. So that's something that you do want to leave some time for, is to catch up time in case a task takes longer. You want to leave time to deal with unexpected requests, or you never know, your kid's going to end up falling down and skinning his knee. So you may have to go out and take care of that because the kids are home too. So, which is another thing, you can block out time in your calendar for time with family, chores that need to be done. You can't, just because you're working from home does not mean now that you're going to be working until 9 o'clock at night. Make sure you keep that schedule from whatever your normal work hours are, 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or 10 to 6 or whatever that might be. Now the next step is to make sure you have not just a plan for the day, but write down your tasks. And you just saw that in my book. Write down all the tasks, okay? Because now this eliminates the possibility that you're going to forget something, okay, that could be important. Number two, it gives you the psychological satisfaction of crossing that task off the list. And also, it helps you to prioritize and organize your day a little bit. Sometimes people who are less organized will use time blocking to put all those tasks in their calendar. I don't. I have a little more organic system. Like I showed you, I have appointments on the top and a more organic list. Like, here's all the things that I need to do. I will prioritize. So you have things that are important. You have things that are urgent. You have things that are urgent and important. And then you have a list of things that can wait. I actually have an entire book that is goals and to-dos. These are things that can wait, okay? And I have taken them and broken them down. So there are different rooms I have listed here that I want to clean out. I want to repaint my kitchen and repaint my living room because it's been a while and they need to be done. There are things, some spring cleaning tasks that I want to accomplish. I love to paint and do artwork, so there are some things that I would like to do for myself, okay? So what I've done is I have taken a page for each one of those tasks and broken that down even further, okay? So there's a spare bedroom that we have that's really where the cat's litter box is. It's just a junk room, but it really needs to be cleaned out. It's the room you throw everything into, then you don't know what to do with it. So there's a desk in there. So one of the things on my list is to clean everything off the desk. Clean out everything under the desk, clean out the containers that are on the bed that have craft projects in them, put new curtains and a new bedspread on the bed. So each one of these things are listed here so that the task does not seem overwhelming. Okay, so what you can do, even if it's not a household task like these are, you can use this technique for work tasks as well. So if you have a work task that is finish the bookkeeping for this client, well, that's huge, okay? Break it down. Well, I'm going to work on their cash receipts first, and then I'm going to, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to have an hour and a half open. I'm going to continue with their cash disbursements or whatever. You know your business, you know what you're doing. But break those big tasks down. Make them on your list and cross them off. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, you will have an actual physical written list of everything you've done. Okay. And you could say, well, look at that. This is also a self-esteem building exercise. So now what you can do is you can look at that list and say, look at that, good for me, pat myself on the back, golfer's clap, look what I did, I'm very efficient. Okay, self-esteem building, positive messaging and self-talk. Okay. um, Motivation, this is another thing. People say, oh, I'm just not motivated, even when it doesn't have to do with work. Okay, it may have to do with household stuff. Like I have this big, huge list. Okay, well, I might be sitting here and saying, I'd rather play video games than go and do any of the things on that list. So, in order to motivate yourself, the best advice I've ever heard was not the motivation doesn't come from within, it comes from without. So, what happens is once you get up and start moving, okay, the motivation will come. You are not going to be able to say, okay, I'm going to get up and motivate myself right now. That doesn't work that way. But if you're already moving and you're already doing something, it could be as basic as washing the dishes. It could be as basic as brushing your teeth. Okay. Well, I'm up and moving. All right. I got up out of bed and I went to the bathroom and I just made myself a cup of coffee. Well, now I'm up and moving. Okay. What is something that I have on my list that just one thing, which is also why it's important to break those tasks down into little tiny bits. Okay, because then you may not want to clean out the entire room or the entire closet, but you know what, I've got a half an hour, maybe I can clean off that shelf, just one shelf. Once you start moving, that's where your motivation comes in, because now you're motivated to keep going. You are seeing the progress that you're making, and that is motivating. Getting up and already moving is motivating. So when you feel like you need motivation, just get up and do anything. Move physically. Okay. Shut off the TV, put down the book, whatever it is, get up and physically start moving. That is it for today. I hope this has been helpful. Again, if you feel this information is helpful for you and you would like a little more one-on-one personalized experience, and I can help guide you through the stress and the daily Sturm und Drang of the day, I would be more than happy to do that. Please go to www.thequietzonecoaching.com. There are plenty of places where you can get into my calendar, from there access my contact information and reach out. I also am working with employers at a very highly discounted rate to work with your employees on a Zoom meeting. Again, very personalized curriculum, whatever it is that your employees need to reduce some of the stress of the situation and get through. Please feel free to reach out, and I will talk to everybody during the next session. Thanks so much for watching.